in exchange for the chocolate. But yeah, I'm super excited as well because I went to TwitchCon Amsterdam back in July, and I only knew TJ. Well, I didn't even really know him because I'd kind of only just joined the community like 2 or 3 weeks before that, I think, maybe a month. I don't remember. But yeah, I didn't really know too many people in the community, and now I'm getting to meet a whole bunch of people that I've gotten to know for the last like 2-3 months. So yeah, very excited and looking forward to it. Not too looking forward to the journey because actually it's even worse for you because you're an hour ahead of me. So it's an extra hour flight for you. I think it's already like I'm getting a direct flight, so it'll be about 12-ish hours, I think, for me. Probably gonna be like 13 or 14 for you, I imagine. Unless you're changing. I could have changed, but I'm kind of like, this is only going to be my second time flying abroad on my own. Amsterdam was my first time, and that was already pretty nerve-wracking, but Amsterdam is like 40 minutes away from the UK, which is kind of mind-blowing actually. But yeah, this one's a long trip, and I've not like done a super long trip abroad on my own before, so hopefully it'll be fine. I'm flying from Heathrow. What? So am I. I could have got it from Gatwick. Gatwick would have been nicer for me. Let me switch over to hello. Gatwick would have been nicer for me, but they don't have any direct flights, so that was kind of sad. Yeah. So I'm getting from Heathrow, which is a direct flight, but it is a bit of a longer trip to the airport for me, but it should be worth it, I think. What day are you heading there? I'm going to be there from the 5th. So I'm leaving on... What day is that? Wednesday. My flight is at 2, I think. Wednesday. And I'll be there until the 11th. Because flying back, obviously, it's going to bump me into the next day. So I only have until the 12th off. I would have liked to have stayed until the 12th, but obviously that would have meant that I got back to the UK on the 13th. So sadly, 1 day short, but oh well. And how about you, if you don't mind me asking, like, when are you going to be there from? I think there was actually a poll for this in the Discord, but I've been a while, so I forgot to check what that is. Alright, let me double check that I have everything running. I need... Oh, I forgot to... Wait. No, that's... Really? You're going to be on the 2 p.m. flight on the 5th? We're going to be on the same flight? Bruh.
Which is called falling in love.
Are you serious? That's going to be awesome. I'm going to see you at the gate. I'm going to hopefully... Let me check. Yeah. Hold on. Link, hello. How are you? I'll see. I mean, I'm kind of... I need to... Well, I'm checking in online, so I can actually get there a bit later. Well, not late, but like 2 hours early. Because I always want to be there like several hours early, but as I don't want to end up waiting like forever. Let me just double check real quick. That would be so cool. I'm surprised that you're flying from Heathrow. I mean, it kind of, I guess it makes sense because, like you said, it's only an hour and a half from where you are. Link, I'm good, thank you. How are you? I'm just checking my... Wait, where did I even put it? Here we go. Flight. Do. Where does it tell me? Thing. BA273. Yeah, we're on the same flight. Oh my god, that's crazy. 2 p.m. from Heathrow and arriving at 5:05 San Diego. Yo, what? That's insane. Is a flight Eddie? Hello, by the way. It's flight thing. I hope not. I mean, you're more than welcome to come and say hello to me if you want to make the trip all the way to Heathrow. Just don't, like, I don't know, get the flight cancelled. Because now it's not just me, it's also Marky. That's crazy. You're good, good. I hope your Apex games have been going well. I did lurk a bit in some of your streams, but yeah, you're very intimidating Apex player. I did stream Apex the other day and I didn't do that great, so actually no, I did better than I thought I would, now that I can actually stream Apex again. I could have flown via a US port, so I didn't want to deal with customs during a layover. True, I didn't even think about that. Do they do customs at layovers, or do they just let you go to the next like to the transfer? Because yeah, the thing that I was worried about was like I think one of them was like you have to cross the terminal to get to a different terminal, and I was like, I'm probably gonna get lost, so I don't have to deal with that and like end up missing my flight or something. Especially because this is my first time flying to the US on my own. It's kind of a long trip, so I don't want to deal with that. Amsterdam was okay because it's only 40 minutes and like the flight, well, yeah, there wasn't even a change or anything because it's direct. But yeah, Goofer, hello, I love those glasses, thank you. I normally wear these ones, which are slightly thicker, but yeah, they're a bit more difficult to wear on these streams. So I'm wearing these ones that hit my nose slightly better, but those are more comfortable. So it's a toss up. I feel like the plane will be filled with a bunch of Twitch people. Yeah, true. That was actually my flight to Amsterdam. There were like, I could hear people talking about TwitchCon Amsterdam. And actually on the way back, I went back on Wednesday, I think, and there was two girls sitting in front of me, and as I was getting up to get my stuff, I saw that she had a Twitch like plushie of the Glitch logo, and I thought that was really cool. And I was like, oh, did you go to TwitchCon Amsterdam? And they were like, yeah, and then we had a small chat about it while we were waiting for everyone to get off, because as you know, it takes forever to get off the plane if you're like nearer to the back. Sad, but it's okay. I wasn't really in any rush. Thank you for lurking, no worries. Always down to watch the pros play Apex. Oh, the new Apex thingy came out today, and Loba is getting her heirloom finally. I play a lot of Loba, so I'll probably end up picking it up, which is probably a bad idea, like right before TwitchCon, but it's okay, whatever. Did someone say free shout out? Sweet Money, hello. How are you? How is the rest of One Dreamer? I've been lurking in the stream. I didn't want to watch too much because I feel like I want to play it. I need another coding game to tackle at some point, so that is probably on my list. It looked fun. Every time I like tabbed back to see where you were, there was like something completely insane happening, like on the puzzles. So I think it's definitely up my alley. I mostly stay behind cover and die. I mean, if you're playing ranked, that's kind of like, I feel like how 90% of ranked people play. We haven't streamed recently. Yeah, I got close on the last stream, but sadly no dubs yet. But it's whatever. In the US, they make you take your suitcases, go through customs, and check in again. What? Okay, well, I'm glad that I got a direct flight. I'm very glad, actually, because I don't want to have to deal with that. Yeah. Always takes ages. I still don't have any heirloom. Oh no. I got my first like shards heirloom the other day, which was really nice. I picked up lifelines because I play a lot of lifelines, so it was I needed to get hers. I don't really know who I'd unlock next if I do get another heirloom shards. Maybe Pathfinders. Yeah, probably Pathfinder, because he's probably the only other one I play of the bunch that I don't have. Duchomp, hello, how are you? Let us get those shoutouts going. Marky is a fairly new streamer, I think. Ulti, hello, also good to see you. Oh my god, so many people shout. Do I have the thing on the screen? So we're actually working on the shout out overlay. Oh, I have it probably in this corner, maybe. Let me see. Plays a lot of Fall Guys very well, I might say. Oh wait. I don't think the overlay works anymore. Oh, you don't have any clips yet? Okay. That might make more sense then. Also, Spanto BR, thank you so much for the follow. What are you doing? Wait, okay. I was confused for a second because I thought maybe the thing expired. Ulti, I'm good though. Thank you. How are you doing? Have I played Bitburner before? I have not, but I think I've seen you play it on Steam. It's a coding game, right? Is it similar to Screeps? Link. Dave. You see. Cracked Apex player, by the way. Oh, there we go. It's working now.
Okay.
Because Marky doesn't have clips. Oh, we have to get Marky his first clip.
Ah, pero no puedo porque no tengo la espada.
I think I've seen this clip before, actually. That was one of your sound effects. That was ear piercing, by the way. Who else? Eddie was here. Eddie gets a shout out. Oh, Eddie. Are you still here? I don't know if you're still here. You might be lucky now. Who else?
A squeaky voice. Okay.
Ufa.
Hello, I am Ed. How are you? Hello, I'm still Ed. How are you? Oh my god, I'm getting tiny. Oh my god, no, it's Tiny Ed. It's Tiny Ed. We're gonna have to do the whole level with this shitty voice. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Not the voice.
Done. That is you.
Wait.
Stop. Crab flag is defeat. Oh no. Rock is push.
Wait, you're playing Bubba as you? I need to finish that game.
Oh my god, the carrots.
It's in. I was like, I have a free second. I'll just slap this in, and now it's in. Okay, wait, who else? Let me make sure. Oh, we're gonna do Goofa. Goofa, when are you gonna be streaming your coding stuff? And Sweet Money. And Duchomp. Checked out one of Duchomp's streams the other day. Very cool. And Ulti. Oh wait, I just... Whoops. Ignore that shout out. Wrong Ulti. Was that League?
Nuclear power unlocked by the end of the stream.
I need to finish it too. Yeah, same. It's a lot.
Screech, you're peeping in? It's like a little event item that they made, and they only sold them like twice. I was like,
Sean
fuck.
has such a nice voice. Cyberlight Dev,
Also,
hello. It's good to
thanks,
see
Sushi,
you.
for 30 more
Thank you for the
bits.
offline follow the other day.
Yell
I appreciate
yeet
it.
as loud as you can.
Who?
I think that's,
Oh, let me
that's as
catch
loud
up the
as I can
chat.
go. I think my
It's coding time. Yes, it is. Relaxing at work. Oh, well, hopefully work is going well for you. JS focused scripting game. Ooh, interesting. I don't think I got into Screeps that much, so maybe Bitburner is the way to go. I don't know if Screeps has a Steam release yet. They planned on adding that. What game is this? That looked scary. Spanto, I'm good, thank you. How are you? I hope you're well. I'm used to that jump scare. Yeah, it's a lot. That was a high-pitched one. Questions, had to reinstall Windows, so looking into it soon. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I should check it out as well. I think I've seen you play it on Steam. It has a cool design from what I can see. Oh no, not the hedgehog emote. It's so cursed. I can't with that emote. I'm sorry. Thank you for the shout out, no worries. Hey, it's Guymex emotes. I love them. They're good. The audio quality has gotten way better since then. Yeah, I feel that. I was just looking through my clips from like years ago, and the audio quality has seriously had a big update. So I'm very grateful for the setup I have now. I didn't think I would move on from a headset, which I'm glad I did, because headsets with glasses is not the most comfortable thing, and depends on the headset, I guess, but still. I like that it has a channel description. Thank you. I kind of feel like I should remove it, because in some cases it's blocking like the person in the bottom. So I feel like I want to remove it, or at least make it an option. We'll see. I'm not sure yet. Let me just this so I can post this. Right, there we go. Labyrinthine. I think I've heard of that game, but I'm not 100% sure what it's about. Am I following you? I'm not. Let me amend that. I was on your raid, but I was probably too busy trying to catch up on that clutch play that I ended up not making. You're so welcome. Always happy to find coding streamers. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm grateful for the support that you've been able to give in Figurefire, so thank you for that. It's a very small world that I happened to find Guymek, and you were there. Like, your name sounded very familiar to me, or I was reading it, I was like, I know that name from somewhere, but I couldn't place from where. Yeah, and then I was just looking at some of the channels a couple days after that, and then I saw your name. I was like, what? That's Cyberlight. I found Guymek through Observation. He was playing Observation, and I have on Twitch Mobile you can favorite games to like see who's streaming them, and Observation I've tagged because I like watching people play Observation, and there's only like 1 or 2 people in there like every other day streaming it, and sometimes I'll just pop in there and see, check out their stream, because I feel like people who play that game or are interested in that game are probably pretty cool streamers, because it's a pretty unique kind of game. I haven't actually played it for, I don't know, like 3 or 4 years now, So it's kind of nice to see new people play it. Looking for a bit because Twitch wanted phone verification. It was tied to my bot. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, sorry about that. I should maybe disable that. I'm not 100% sure. I do have it set on fairly low-ish. What's it called? Verification settings, because I didn't want to make it too like restrictive. But it has definitely, I've noticed it has helped keep out the follower bot ones, like the buy prime now. 5 prime now thingy. It's a puzzle and horror game. Interesting. I like puzzle games. I'm not 100% on horror games, but I am trying to get better at it. So, yeah. Maybe I should check that out because I would think it would be cool to put in. I would disable it, but maybe I'll have email too. Yeah, actually, that might be a good compromise. I think we'll do that. Then at least if we do get, what's it called? Like more bots coming in, that we can always just take that off again. But it sounds like that. Fine. Let me do that now. All chapters must have verified email. Yes. Oh. Phone verification. Some chatters must have verified phone number. First time chatters in my channel must have verified phone number. Chatters without a verified phone number must have accounts older than 1 month. Chatters without a verified phone number must have followed for more than 1 week. Oh. Did it say that you had to be following for longer than a week, or was that not visible to you anywhere? Because if not, I think I'll disable that one. Because I know that you only followed recently. Maybe I'll disable that one. It was not, it just said verified accounts only. Oh, okay. I'll just disable that one for now. So first time chatters in my channel must have verified phone number, but if you don't, then the account must be at least older than a month. I think that's fair. And then I can up that one to 3 or 6 months. That would, if which is more bot action. And then the last resort will just be enabling the follow one. I think that's fine. Let me, you know what? I'm gonna let subs bypass verification because I'm a sellout, and the bots can sub if they want to. Just more money for me. Here we go. Didn't even specify phone verification until I was tried to tell it. Oh, it was verified. Ah, interesting. Not sure. That seems much. It's definitely nice to have that, because I know there was that whole hate raids phase that Twitch went through, so it was nice that they at least did that. Well, that phone verification thing, or at least ended up doing it, because it kind of took forever. they were last playing was, so if I am playing Minecraft, but you are playing Halo, and it says, or you were last playing Halo, then if I shout you out and the bot says, you know, like the bot message says, oh, go and follow XYZ, they were last playing Halo, then it should try to find a Halo clip instead of what you're playing. But I don't know if yeah, so it's like two different kind of ways of doing it. It's like either the game that you're playing or the game that they were playing. Now I'm kind of conflicted as to whether I should do one or the other or both and just have an option. Cyberlight says that's better than streamer mods. I don't know. Is it? I don't really want to pry too much into how they're doing it because I don't want to know. But I didn't know that they already had
God, the carrots.
the carrots. Is that too quiet? Should I make that louder? I did tone them down a bit because they were a bit loud. I didn't know that StreamerBot had a shout out feature. I thought that you would. I guess you have. I don't know if you have to make it yourself. If you're doing this as a web-based thing, you could also let people select a clip that plays whenever. Yeah, so that's the other thing. Also, hello yogurt, good to see you. I was thinking of doing like a clip folio type thing, which is basically where you as a streamer can log into the site and not only configure this overlay, but you can also select like, I don't know, 2 to 5, or just one, I guess, 1 to 5 or maybe 10 clips that like you think represents your channel the best, and then those would be prioritized over selecting clips randomly. Yeah, I think that would be really cool because then you can basically have control over which clips you want to play. Also, I'm sorry if an ad just started. Which being Twitch, fortunate. Let me see. Okay, so we did fix random time. Don't need to add error handling. Don't need to create database. And everything else, basically. I'm gonna make this a question mark because I don't know if I want to do it yet. Placeholder content. Since Adobe is buying Figma, yeah, I did see that. That should be interesting. They did say that they want to give Figma as much autonomy as possible. So I'm kind of hopeful that they'll let Figma just do its own thing. We'll see, I guess. The valuation was 20 billion. So it is kind of a no-brainer to sell for 20 billion, I feel like that's a lot. That's like more than life-changing. That's like soul-changing. I don't know what's above life-changing, but yeah, that's a lot of money, so good for them for getting their bread, you know. And on the positive side, it could mean more resources for Figma and integration with Adobe products and hiring more people, so it could be a good thing. I wish channel trailers were better than they are. The API does support pulling them anyway, but it seems like it would be a perfect use case. Yeah, that would be really cool. The only thing I can see being difficult about that is doing the shout out of a channel trailer. The channel trailer could be like minutes long, so yeah, I'm actually not sure what the max is. Uju Cowboy, hello. How are you doing? Good to see you. They have to make the money back somehow, yeah. Where should we put this? I don't really know. I'm actually thinking I should get rid of the placeholder content one because I feel like I'm gonna struggle to actually like put this anywhere. I'm gonna run out of space. Oh no. You're not dev. Oh, what happened? No secret. Oh, because yeah, that's fine. I haven't added that yet. Okay, so we logged in. Where do we want to put this? I think I'll just put it next to Hippo Glizzy. Does this... You couldn't choose a image that already has a transparent background? Well, I'm just taking the image, so I'm not going to do anything with it. I haven't yet seen an Adobe buyout that has become a good thing though. They don't really have a great track record, do they? Hey Bishop, hello. Good to see you. How's it going? Figma, lol. Yeah. I'll just say that I was trying to edit a video the other day in Premiere Pro and it crashed on me a dozen times within half an hour, so make of that what you will. Premiere Pro is bruh. Let me see. Where were we putting this again? Oh, we're putting it next to People Glizzy. Glizzy. Oh, I don't think it's... I didn't even call it that. Image source. Oh, I didn't even do that. Image. Here we go. Oh, it was called People Glizzy. Okay, whatever. I don't know. Here we go. Bishop, there's only 3 more weeks until San Diego. I'm so excited. Well, I'm gonna have to link up because I know I need to give you a hug. That is for sure. There we go. It's beautiful. Adobe Figma 2022. Unexpectedly. I'm good. How am I? I'm doing great, thank you. I mean, this week has kind of been kind of rough or rougher than normal, but it's all right. It's been getting better, and yeah, I think we'll be fine. Just life stuff. The old imposter syndrome creeping up here and there again. I don't think I'll ever be able to escape it, but that's okay. Let me make the image more compact. Okay. Oh, thank you. So kind of you. This is great. What I need. Oh my god. I think I'm going to disable the login. I don't think we're going to be working on database stuff today, I think. So actually, we probably don't need the login yet. There you go. It's the future. Edited with Figma. Adobe purchased Figma and installed their Crash client Omega lol. Their like patented Crash client. Their patented like bug system thing, like bug tracker. I really do hope it'll be okay. I'm sure it'll be fine. As long as they don't, the Adobe team like doesn't actually touch the Figma team, then we should be okay. Then that way, the most that they can influence is like the direction that they take Figma in. But I guess saying that, they're probably gonna create like I don't know. They'll probably let it be Adobe Figma. They'll just change the name to that and let the team work. for like the first year, and then after that they'll try to probably start doing stuff once people have, you know, kind of forgotten that it got purchased. You know, the only way I managed to get Adobe Premiere and After Effects to be stable while I was working as a videographer for 5 years, to pay for licenses but then only ever install cracked versions. See, you are a man of more morals than I, sir. Like, if it was that bad already, then I don't know if I would have even bothered. To be honest, I'm only still doing it because I cannot be bothered to keep updating pirated versions, because they're coming out with like new stuff like all the time, which I don't even really care about. But yeah, I mean, I get it for free from work anyway, so that's also helps. But yeah, I'll send you my cellular information. I mean, you could also just message me on Discord, or I'll message you on Discord. I'm not gonna have a phone plan out there probably, so I don't think that will help. I mean, I can take your number to just like send you goodnight texts if you want. But yeah, in San Diego I'll probably only have Wi-Fi, unless that's what you meant. I don't know. Their DRM literally makes their products. Yeah, Creative Cloud is just not great. I wish they would just not have Creative Cloud. I deal with it massively too. Yeah. Oh, the imposter syndrome. Yeah, it's rough, man. Like, the more you learn, like, the less you know, and then like there's obviously like other people in your field doing other stuff, and sometimes you're just like, you don't feel like you belong where you are, and even though you worked to get there, and you know, it can be tough sometimes. God, I don't know if I'm tearing up because of the light or just what I just said. Adam's life, true. Good night, text Twitch redemptions. I mean, if y'all want to send me your numbers or Snapchats or whatever, I'll send you good night chats. I haven't really even used Snapchat until like very recent. I feel like I've been missing out, but it's so ridiculous, like how what the thing of that is, just like, yeah, sending messages to lots of people very quickly. What are we even doing? Not this, first of all. All right, we're doing database stuff. Right. So I set up the database before stream, but what we actually need to do is work on the Prisma. I made the database, but I didn't do anything with it. I've already put the variables inside our env, which I'm not going to open, this file right here. We do have an env example though, because I made that. So what we have is the database URL, which is going to my server, and then also the shadow database URL, which is basically because on my server, I didn't give it full permission to create and remove tables and stuff. So this is basically a secondary database that allows Prisma to update things on like migrations. Let me see, Prisma Next.js. I've been paying for Adobe since 2006. I'm sorry, life sucks, yeah. Do you remember the old days of Adobe when you just bought a thing and then it just worked and you didn't have to do anything? There was no like internet thing, license thingy required or whatever. Those were the days. All right, let's see. TypeScript, quick start. Wait, I think this already has a database thing added. Does it? Next.js. Well, actually, I think we still need to do. Let me make a new folder called Prisma. Or should we call it database? Meta, hello. Is that too quiet, by the way? I've reduced the volume slightly. 2006, I know. Don't do me like this. Sorry. Remember the old days of Macromedia? Do you remember Dreamweaver? That was a whole trip. That was wild. A little quiet, but very understandable. On Peach Bastard. I'll maybe bump it up a little. I didn't realize actually it got much quieter. It was slightly louder when I tested. I also added the what do you call it? The thing. The Navi pixel art. Can't speak today. I'm also congested. Oh, are you? I'm sorry. Hope you are doing okay. All right, then I'll leave it, and I'll just pay them back after stream, and I'll judge for myself and then adjust it for next stream. Sounds good. Okay, so basically what we're working on today is we have the clip stuff kind of working already. Now we just need to save settings. So we're going to create the database for doing that. So that when so ideally I enter this command, I can be like SO, and I press save, and then I can refresh and be like, hey, it remembered that I did SO. So we need to make the database for that. And yeah, this will also be a good opportunity to assess if we want to change the data structure, if we want to store things differently or whatever. We will see. Did someone pick a layout? This looks really nice. I did. Thank you for complimenting my choice. No, I changed it yesterday when just off stream because I wanted to. I was going through my extensions and cleaning the like meme themes out, and so this one's called Cyberpunk. It's very nice. Cyberpunk, very cyberpunk-esque. There's a darker mode called Umbra Protocol, which sounds like really hardcore. That looks like a darker purple. I kind of like this purple though. And there's also Scarlet Protocol, which apparently is in beta, is red. Looks a bit more virusy. I don't know. Yeah, it's nice. Totes, hello. It almost looks too nice, if you know what I mean. Please, not the hot dog stand again. If you're gonna go red, go this red, Scarlet Protocol, or go McDonald's, because at least that was a bearable type of red. But yeah. Oh, are you saying you want hot dog stand? I'm gonna have to veto that one, probably, just inside the actual channel point redemption. just ignore it if it happens. I mean, I won't, but and you find this very visually appealing? Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? It's a nice purple. The green is also the green's a little bright, but it's like in a tasteful way, so I like it. There's some themes that have like neon, like actual glow filters on the text. It's kind of wild. Maybe we'll do one of those at some point as well. Who knows? Alright, I need to make my Prisma folder. Let's just make a Prisma folder because I was thinking about calling it database, but then I was like, oh, I don't know if we should do that. I forgot what this is supposed to be called though. I think, double check. Okay, so here we go. Start with, add Prisma to an existing project. Relational database. Here we go. We need to install Prisma, fairly standard. Do that. Yarn, add, was it dev? Yes, it was. Prisma. Now we can invoke this CLI with npx, correct? Then we want to do the scheme. Oh, it's schema.prisma. Right. It creates a new directory called Prisma, which we actually already did. So let me delete that and we'll let it do its thing. npx prisma init. There we go. It made a Prisma. It made a schema Prisma. So this is the initial setup. Let me move this over to the side and follow this over here. Bloom, yes. The glow on some of the themes is actually really nice. I think it's a bit too distracting for me personally, but it's nice every once in a while. You want to change it up a bit. Okay, so we did that, and now we connect the database. So let me just, before we do that, change the provider to MySQL, because that's what we're using. The URL is the database URL, which I already set in the example, so it's just from here. And then we also have a shadow database URL, because we don't have, well, we're slightly not limited, but we just need to add that because we did for my server setup, which is completely doable, thankfully. Sanna, hello, how are you? Anyone know best free or paid resources for learning C#? Ooh, you're learning C#? That's so exciting. I'm just trying to think where I learned C#, because I basically had to learn it in one semester for a module for my master's, which was actually really scary because I knew nothing about C#. I'm sure there's probably good courses on code. What is it called? Code Academy or Free Code Camp or something like that? I don't remember. Yeah. Is this for your game development? Myth, hello. Also good to see you. I'm alright. How you doing? I'm good. I'm very good, thank you. Yeah. This week's been slightly shaky for me, but we're getting back. We're getting back to it. So yeah, all good, or will be good. We have a long weekend, which is really nice. Due to unfortunate circumstances, as you probably are well aware, the Queen of England has died, and we have a funeral on Monday, which is now a bank holiday. So yeah, bad, but also good. That sounds really bad. I'm sorry. Let me see. Sanna. I forgot the Shakira song. Myth does it really well. The hashtag? Oh, not this again. Please, Meta. It's not, yeah. I need to go back and clip that. That was actually really hilarious. The way that Meta was just like, oh yeah, so it's just, so we were talking about C# in Meta's chat. And it was just, yeah. It's like 100% in on C hashtag. And we had to break the news to him, like, really subtly. It's fine. I may not be able to code, but I can wire a base in Rust. Wait, Rust? Like, the programming language Rust? That's actually really impressive, because Rust is wild. I had to look at Rust for... By the way, I know you're joking, and this is kind of just a play on the programming language Rust, which is second down below Rust on Steam. That's a travesty, first of all. I think we need more respect for Rust as a programming language. It's been apparently superseded by the game Rust. Yeah. Bruh. I'm pretty sure Twitch uses Rust in, like, on some backend stuff. Almost sure. Not 100% sure on that. But yeah, Rust is wild. I've looked at some, like, coding examples of Rust, and it's something. I mean, all programming. Oh, that actually doesn't look that bad. Oh no, actually, this looks kind of wild. Yeah. The game Rust. Yeah, I know. I'm just being silly. Is your stream on a delay? Is it? I'm just bad at reading chat, so I might just be behind, fortunately. Tim Corey on YouTube, interesting. Probably check him out. If you're doing Unity things, I've got others. This is personal development. I just feel like I'd be better at my job if I knew more. Yeah, I totally get that. Like, I'm mostly do front-endy stuff, but I'm definitely interested in back-endy stuff. So I'm doing a lot of like exploring around the back-endy parts of the job. You're my queen now. Ooh, Bishop. We haven't even swapped numbers yet. I was just making people feel good about their level of coding skills. I mean, you definitely did that by calling it C#, so I appreciate that. By making mine seem suboptimal. You just need to, yeah. I mean, you played that part perfectly. Whether it was on purpose or not is another question in of itself. Rust game over language. See, I would ban you if you weren't the only staff chatter in my stream. Actually, no, we did have another staff chatter who came in the other day. I don't know if he's been back since. Maybe you know each other, actually. Oh, no, you probably don't. Or maybe you do. I don't know. I imagine Twitch is a very big company. Rust game over all other religions. Wow, that's a bold claim. Because yes. Wait, Rust is a religion? Rust religion. Or did I just completely take that the wrong way? Rust Cole? I don't know who this is. Fictional character played by Matthew McConaughey in the anthology television series True Detective. How did this come up from Rust Religion? Oh, because it says what he is. Kind of really random. 8 to 9 second delay for the chat overlay? What? Really? Is low latency on? It is for me. I think I have it enabled. Oh, you know what it is? I did up my stream bitrate from I think 3000 to 4000. I don't know. Does that have anything to do with it? I wanted to do that because I was playing Apex the other day and I watched the stream back and it was like it was smooth, but it was a bit blurry. Well, not blurry, but like pixely. So I thought upping the bitrate would help. Huh. Fire has experience with the front end, but is interested in playing around with the back end. I mean, what can I say? I'm a very versatile dev. Mine is more like 4 seconds. Interesting. Okay. I'm not sure. Is it just Twitch being Twitch? It's Thursday. I don't know when Twitch normally does their like weekly maintenance. Assuming they do. I'm immune to bans. I mean, as long as you have that off badge, which I'm sure will be forever. It'll be as long as you want it. Ooh, Omega lol. I'm reading that. Is stream still delayed? I can't really tell. I don't know. I thought you were reading my chat. I'm also West US, so it could be a server thing. What is our staff action link? I mean, I would be. Damn, like that's a big flex. Do you remember when they had global moderators on chat? On Twitch, sorry. That's not still a thing, right? Twitch global moderators. Like, how does that even work? That's probably why they got rid of it, to be honest. Oh, even the image for the blog has died. This was 2014. It used to be an axe. Yeah, look. So they had a sword for mods, obviously, and then an axe for global moderators. It's kind of wild because if you think about it, you could just go into someone's chat and be like, hey, I forced myself to be a moderator on your channel. So I can enforce my own rules. Kind of wild. That's probably why they got rid of it, because people were probably complaining that they shouldn't be allowed that power. I did see a very interesting suggestion that they should add team moderators. So if you're on like a Twitch team, then they can add moderators to that. That would be like global for everyone in that team. I think that would be a pretty interesting idea. Yeah. Leon, hello. Good to see you. What is up? Oh my god. Nessa. It's a Nessa raid. What the heck? Thank you so much. That's so kind of you. How was your stream? Oh my god, there's so many swords in chat. You were playing Apex? Bruh. I was playing Apex the other day. Loba is getting her heirloom. I'm so excited. Let me give you a quick shout out because Nessa is such a lovely human. Nessa Lefresa. And you should definitely check out the channel.
Oh, it's the Chinese New Year like thing, right? I'll check that out in a minute. Or towards the end of the stream.
That looks so pretty. I don't know what game that is. It's an old clip, yes. I feel like I can tell from your background. You have a very more vibrant background these days. I hope the Apex games went well though. I was playing Apex on stream the other day and I didn't get any dubs, but it was still a good experience. I've had some PhD issues recently, so it was nice to be able to actually stream because I think I managed to fix it. I'm not too sure. Let me say hello to everyone who came in the raid. Earth to Theon, hello. Keeping the Peace, I love your username. And Firewolf. Impossible Energy, hello. And Mayday, welcome in. Thank you all for coming in. I don't normally, I always forget to do like the raid spiel, but I'm Firewire. You might know me from making Triggerfire or some other obscure widgets or command things. And yeah, basically I do a lot of coding streams, but I've started playing more game stuff. So yeah, it's a fun time. Leon, thank you so much for the gift. To Ariana. And yo, Erica, oh my god. The 2 gifts? What the heck? I did see you. Let me catch up back on chat. Thank you so much for your help last night. No worries. I don't. Did you manage to send it off? And also, Leon, congratulations on your graduation. That's so crazy and amazing. And I hope you had a great party. The fact that you are here in the chat means that you didn't drink yourself to death, so that's good. What maintenance, Kappa? Careful, I think you may be being watched. Speak ill not of your employer. No, I'm kidding. And you humbly say what you want. That's a sick idea. I'm stealing it. Damn, feels bad, man. It's fine, but I better at least get something out of this. Problem is that you can be on multiple teams. True. I mean, maybe they would the team creator, because I think you can only have one team creator, right? It's the partner who creates the team. Maybe they can add the mods, and then it's just like specific to that team. I'm sure that they can make that a thing. The fresh raid, love it. All the swords. It went well. We kind of went all over the place. Wait, in Apex or just like stream wise? Seeing you, I've been lurking in your Fortnite streams, and it's kind of made me want to pick up Fortnite again, to be honest. Ever since they got rid of the building, because I'm pretty trash at building, it just seems like more of a fun shootery game. And like every time I see someone playing that game, I always see like a new skin that I've never seen before. So yeah, kind of crazy. I also need to, let me just change something. Got needed to do this. My FFC. I realized that we haven't really done much this stream yet, but I promise here in a second we'll make a database. Oh yeah, I need to catch people up on chat if you are new here. Let me tell you what we are working on. 1 second, I just need to find, where is it? Channel? General? I'm looking for the plugins for FFZ because I forgot that I didn't have my pronouns thing enabled. I don't know where it is. Was it BTT? It's not BTTV. You know what? I can just type it in. Oh, it's add-ons. Okay, enable. Sweet. I think that should be enabled. Maybe. Eric Live. What the heck is that? Okay, cool. Leon, thank you again for the subs. That was super kind of you. I hope everything went well with that. And yeah, you, me, and Charlie definitely need to sync up and make something. It's Monster Hunter World. I've heard a lot of good things about Monster Hunter. I think I had it. I last played it on Nintendo 3DS. What was that one? I think it was just Monster Hunter. I don't remember. Oh, Monster Hunter 4, I think it was. That was on DS, I think? 3DS? That was a lot of fun. They did, no dubs, but I've been a bit rusty. It's funny you mentioned the word Rust. We were just talking about Rust. Rust the game and Rust the programming language. Funny. But hopefully it was fun anyway. And keeping the peace, hello. Thank you for coming in. If anyone came in the raid and needs a dip, then no worries at all. Sure you will all tuck it out from the invigorating Fortnite and Apexing with Nessa. So no worries if you lurk or you know, stretch, grab food, stuff, do lifey stuff. Yeah. So what we are basically working on is this shout out overlay. Basically, as you saw in that shout out to Nessa, we are making a shout out system. So actually, let me do it again. Nessa, I love that. I'm gonna do another post about that. Oh, Five Nights at Freddy's. Oh, I love it. FNAF, so good. That was a really good clip as well. I love that it just kind of cut off. Like, oh, I do love the good old FNAF games. They're just yeah, it's a good. There's some really good YouTube videos by Scruffy on like the breakdown of how they did like the audio for those games, and it's just really interesting seeing like a sneak peek behind the psychology that goes into making the FNAF games, because you kind of just, I guess it's kind of been memed to death, but they're still at the core like pretty decent scary games. So yeah. Always good. It's in a few hours. Oh, okay. So you still have time to drink yourself to death. Yeah, I was gonna say. If team mods were opt-in, I could see it working, but not just hi, I'm a mod in your team and you joined years ago and forgot about it. I'm a mod now. Yeah. Yeah. I think that I can. Yeah. That probably wouldn't sit well with some people, depending on where your thing is, because then they could just add mods willy-nilly. So maybe they would have to like a team would have to accept a mod, and like they can decline it if they want, but obviously like the team creator would probably be notified or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, there's definitely more thought that wouldn't have to go into that for sure, which is probably why it's not a thing at the moment, because consider all those things. I've never done anything with Rust, the programming language or the game. Have you ever played Rust? I've actually installed Rust, and I've maybe opened it like once, but I don't actually recall playing any of it, which is a shame because I hear quite a lot of good things about Rust, to be honest. So maybe I should look into playing it. Okay, let me see. Alright, so we need to connect our database up. So basically, we have the shout out overlay, which I just demonstrated, and we have this website that streamers can log in with their Twitch account to be able to configure it. So they can like change the command for the shout out. They can enable different people, like broadcasters or whatever, to use it. And then you should be able to save the settings, and obviously those settings need to go into a database. So that's what we're looking at now. I've already set up the database on the server. By setup, I mean I created the database, but I haven't done anything inside it. Like, that's what this Prisma thing is going to be for. We're going to configure the schema and then create the storage. So I already have the database URL, which I already created. I'm not going to open the thing by accident. That would be bad. But yeah, we have that. So that's good. I already set this up. Oh, is there a way? Oh, I can. So I'm using TypeScript and MySQL, which I've already changed. So that's good. Now what I need to do is, I've already done this. I've already done this. So now we do introspection. I don't think we need introspection. So I think this is a way basically to create the schema from an existing database, which we don't actually need because our database is already empty. Why is it not opening? Hello? Maybe we start from scratch. Hold on. Oh, okay. I think we do actually want to start from scratch because... Am I still streaming? I am. I dropped 36 frames. I think we're good. Why is this page not loading? Did my internet die? I am? Okay. Maybe this site is just really slow for some reason. I don't know why. This is good. Yes, very nice. Let me open this. I don't know, are you? I don't know. I mean, that's why I'm asking. Clearly, I mean, yeah, I get the joke. Ugh. Totes, how is your garden coming along? Can we get the Totes weekly garden update in chat? While we wait for this thing to load forever. Oh my god, it timed out. Is Prisma okay? Prisma IO. The website's alive, but the docs are not. This is a really bad time for them to go down. Docs. Maybe the docs are down. I don't know. Oh. No. If all goes terribly, I'm just going to have to look up a different guide and not use the Prisma docs, which is kind of upsetting because I always like going through the official documentation. Wow. I'm going to have to call Prisma's CEO and just like be like, hey, can you not have your documentation go down while I'm streaming live on twitch.tv/thefirewire, please? I think I'm just refreshing in circles. Let's just move on. The docs are fine for you? Am I just first? Hard refresh? Yeah, I guess I can. Forget how to do it in Firefox. In Chrome, you can at least just hold down the thing, but you can't do that on the... Let me actually try it in Chrome. Wait. Oh. Okay, well it works in Chrome. We'll just use Chrome then. Bruh, I don't know. Maybe it has some kind of vendetta against Firefox. I mean, that's kind of sus because Firefox is pretty good cookie blocking, anti-tracking stuff. Kind of sus. It's fine. I'll let Prisma scrape my data for now. Alright. MongoDB. No, this is what we want. So let me go back to the documentation. No, it's not. Prisma. Okay. Oh, I want the quick start. So we did this. I already did that. Sorry, and this is what we want. Yeah, this is where we were. Alright. Connect database. Did this. We did this. We did this. Prisma migrate. Here we go. You know what specifically, Cuss? It's live code in general. True. Yeah. Always seems to happen at the worst possible time. Decent code until I go live, then it's horrible. I feel that. Oh, you were testing in Firefox? Weird. I don't know then. Cool. Also, Disto, hello. How are you? I am awake. I am awake and present. For now. Okay, so model host. This is the model, this is the profile, this is the user. So these are basically representations of tables. And this is what we need to create, and then we need to migrate dev name init. So this is the initial migration. Yes, and then it'll basically run this. So let us create the tables now, and then we'll run the migration. Actually, yeah, we'll run the migration later. Okay, so let me think about how we want. We need the user. Do we need the user? I think it would be good to use. Yeah, actually, we do need the user. Katana, hello. Welcome to the stream. How are you doing? All right, we have a model user. We need the ID. This is going to be an int. Well, is it going to be an int? I think this is actually going to be a string. Do we want auto increment? I think we want to actually use UUIDs. And we want to make them unique. Well, UUIDs are specifically already unique, but we'll put that in as a constraint regardless. Email, I don't actually want to collect people's emails, so we're actually going to skip that one. Do they have a dark mode? I guess not. You're fine. How am I? Thank you for asking. I'm doing well. We're just working on the database portion of our little web app thingy, a shout out system. Sorry, no email. Let me think. What's the actual information that we're collecting from which? Let me go back to our next auth. So we're currently using next auth for our website. Go to auth, next auth. So we're collecting ID, username, display name, and profile image URL. So let's save those, I think. And I think that should be it. Oh, we need to create a created at and updated at. That should be fine. So we have username, which is the core username. This will be a string. This will not be unique. We'll not make it. Display name, string. This is. Can I define this as? I define this as. I think string is fine. There's a way that I can set this to be. That's a number of characters, I think, but I think it actually doesn't matter. And then we had profile image URL. Did we? Where is that? Yes, we did. Cool. And then we also have. I'm gonna separate ID. Oh, you know what? ID is not actually the right ID, is it? That's the Twitch ID, which we actually don't. Which should actually be the provider ID. Interesting. What's the project? So we're basically working on a shout out overlay. Let me give you a quick demonstration. I'll shout out Meta because he didn't get a shout out earlier. But it looks like this. So it appears on the screen. It gets the username, and it gets 3 random emotes from their channel, and it gets a random clip from their channel, and then it is that. What is Meta wearing? I have no idea.
Oh my god.
Valorant, nice. There is a Valo tourney happening, by the way, this weekend, I believe. If anyone's interested. But yeah, so this website will basically allow people to log in with their Twitch account and configure the overlay as desire. and then they can add it to their stream. So we've worked on the actual website component part of this, where you log in. So I need to refresh. You log in. It doesn't like me doing this in dev, and then you can configure it here. And then now we're doing the database bit. So when I click save here, it'll save it to the database and discard it to reset it. Okay, so we did the form validation stuff. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is there's an ad starting 6 minutes. I'm just gonna run a 1 minute ad right now because I need to nip to the toilet. But yeah, I will be right back. I can just run this ad so that we don't get pre-rolls for the next half hour. Yeah, I'll be right back. Ads, I know you don't get ads because you are subbed because you're crazy. But yeah, I will be right back.
I wanna believe you. You say that I bring light to your dark, so hard to please you. I try to fix your broken heart. I've died 1,000 times, trying to fill your void within, but your soul is drawn to mine. If you're down, then I'll be struggling. Like an echo, echo, I'm like your echo, I'm always on the run. Echo, echo, I'm like your echo, I'm always on the run. Echo, echo. Echo, echo. I wanna believe you. You say that I bring light to your dark, so hard to please you. I try to fix your broken heart. I've died 1,000 times, trying to fill your void within, but your soul is drawn to mine. When you're down, then I'll be struggling. Like an echo, echo, like your echo, I'm always on the run. Echo, echo, like your echo, I'm always on the run. Echo, echo.
He's gone forever. Can you imagine? I left and then I just never came back. That'd be funny. All right. Where did we get to? Yes. So yes, the schema, right? We're making the database schema. I just realized that am I on the right scene? I am. Okay. The ID, we're using the Twitch ID as the user ID, but then that doesn't really make sense because we're creating an ID, a unique UUID. How do we want to combat this? I think we need to store the ID as a provider ID. So it's common that in OAuth systems we have an internal ID and a provider ID, which is the ID from Twitch. The problem is I'm not going to know ahead of time what this is until we save that to the database. You know? So like how do we do that? I think we play this by ear. We'd be worried, not funny. I mean, yeah, that would actually be pretty bad, wouldn't it? If like I just didn't come back. Like, what would you even do in that case? Like, no one knows my personal information, so no one would be able to check on me. That is kind of worrying. Like, what even do you even do in that situation? I haven't even really thought about it. I guess if I had to think about it, if something did happen to me while I was on stream, you could probably, well, people know that I work at Elgato, so you could reach out to Elgato and be like, hey, Michael, hey, something happened to him on the stream, and then like they would be able to probably reach out internally and find my emergency information and find me that way. That's kind of lucky. Some people, that wouldn't be possible for some people. I mean, most people, because you don't know where most people work normally. Yikes. Let me see. Oh, I have a snooze button for ads. I did not know that. You can persist the user with a null Twitch ID before OAuth completes, so that you'll have a local ID. True. I think part of the OAuth flow will be storing this user in a database when this happens anyway, so I might actually be able to just do the database bit here. So here, where when we get the Twitch information, we do the API call here, or we store this data user in the database here, and then we get the ID back that way. The only reason I would probably do this over doing it the norm, sorry, store user in database. The only reason I'm not using the database adapter here, so there's a way that you can actually set the database adapter here, is that by default it tries to store email, and I'm not trying to collect people's emails, so we're gonna just have to do it manually, which is fine. Oh no, Adobe is buying Figma. I guess I'd better uninstall Satch. Well, I would probably give them a chance, at least maybe for the first couple months, and see, because I think we were talking about this earlier in stream. I'm pretty sure that, well, they have explicitly said that they want to leave as much autonomy with Figma as possible, so we might be okay, but we'll see. I'm not that big of a Figma user, so it doesn't really affect me, but it will affect the people I work with because they will use Figma, so yikers. They'll be fine, probably. This is working now. Good. I can close Chrome. Alright. We have ID. We have the created at and the updated at. So let's add that in. Created at. Do we want to do created at or created at? I feel like I'm a bigger fan of underscore, but I'm not set on it. So maybe we'll do not underscore because these ones aren't underscored. So yeah, we'll do just camel case. What was it? Snake case. I always forget these mixed up. Snake case. Oh, snake case is the one with the underscore. Okay, and then camel case is the one with the letters. Yes. Okay. Because I was confused. Oh, Pascal case is the one with that starts with the capital letter. Because I wasn't sure if snake case was the one that started with a capital letter. It's Pascal case. Camel case is the one with the lower thingy. There you go. Hump in the middle. Yeah, that's a good way to remember it. All right. So created at will be date time. Default will be now. It says, and then updated at the date time, and it's be updated at. Nice. I really like that they give these convenience tags, I guess, for lack of a better word, so that you don't have to actually do any of that calculation yourself. Really nice. We'll also do provider ID here, which will be the string, which that's just the Twitch ID. I could call it Twitch ID, but we'll be consistent with standards and go with provider ID, because you'll notice if you go to the stream elements API, we're using Eddie as a example here. Why not? There is a internal ID, which is the stream elements ID, and then you have the provider ID, which is the Twitch specific ID, because obviously you can sign in with YouTube and stuff on Twitch, so the provider ID in that case will be specific to YouTube and be something else. Yeah, that's how that works. Neat. Good for scaling up providers, I guess. Okay, so we have the user. We need to store settings now, which is going to be interesting. I think. Where is our settings first of all? So we have flip filter options, which isn't strictly our settings, because we're not storing game ID. Game ID is something that we pass when we're trying to get the overlay. Let me just go back to the design, actually. That will help slightly. What? Here's the question. Do we want to put everything in one table, or do we want separate tables? I think one table makes sense because it's all one setting for one overlay. So we have this represents altogether an overlay. The problem is that there could be other settings that are tangentially related that might not be worth putting all in the thing. I think general and clip should at least go together though, so maybe we'll do that. The design, I don't know, because maybe you can have separate designs even. No. Maybe we have a design table and then we just link that to the thing, and then that way we can keep them separate, because I can imagine design taking up a lot of options. So yeah, that might be the way to do it. On the other hand, I've been teaching myself JS finally for working with stream elements. Look at this, I might need to switch to TypeScript. Yeah, I think TypeScript is the natural progression past JavaScript. I think once you're comfortable enough with JavaScript, I would definitely recommend looking into TypeScript. Just because you have the extra type safety, and it's just really nice overall. Like, so for example here, this is one of my type files, my types index. I have a type called clip, and then basically I can assign all this information that I know I get back from Twitch, and then over here, where am I getting clips? Get a random clip here. So this returns a type of clip. So I have a array of clips, and basically I know that this clip is a type clip. So I have automatically all of that lovely autocomplete IntelliSense because of all of this information that I've already defined. It's just really nice, like, it makes developing easier because you're not having to guess what something looks like, what the information of something looks like. It's all defined. And then, like, this is of type clip options, which I've defined up here, so that I know that all of these options are available, or these are the options that I need. Let me think. Do we want a general table? Maybe these two should go together. Let's put it all together because we can just experiment and then come back to it later. So we'll do model settings. So what this is going to need is its own ID. Oh. The unique is redundant here, but I'm going to put it in anyway, because why not? And then what we need is to link this back to the user. So we have one settings a user. My background is PHP, Java, C#, and PHP can be strongly typed. Oh, true. Yeah, I have actually seen typed PHP. Kind of looks wild because I'm so used to like seeing PHP in script form. But PHP now has actually improved a lot. Like, it still gets a lot of hate for some reason. I think that like it's kind of pointless to hate a language because like every language has its own, you know, purpose or whatever. I can probably make the switch without many headaches. Yeah, especially if you're coming from like C#. I picked up JavaScript after I came from ActionScript 3, which is weirdly... So ActionScript 3 used to be the language for Flash games, and weirdly enough, ActionScript 3 is more strongly typed than JavaScript. Because I remember typing some ActionScript 3 and I was like, what the heck am I writing right now? It's like this. So you can like define, obviously it looks very similar to, what's it called, JavaScript? Why did I say it like that? But you can like define the return type of a function. So this is :void. You could even define like the types of events. So event is of type mouse event, which you'll actually get in React. Kind of wild. And yeah, this is ActionScript 3, which is kind of wild. And then it felt like a downgrade going to like there, greeting is type string. It felt like a downgrade going to the JavaScript because I didn't have that that type safety there. But now we've come back full circle with TypeScript, so we're okay. So user is going to be of type user. That is linking this back. We need the relation. Let's see. So the fields is going to use the user ID, which will just be ID. Oh, sorry. Yeah. We actually need user ID because that will be defined here. ID. And then the reference is ID. So that's the ID. These references come from the user model, so ID. And then you can see that it automatically added our settings here when I did the... So if I do that again, it when I format the page, it already knows to put settings in, which is really nice. Let me think. We only want... I wonder if I should call this overlay instead of settings, because settings kind of is misleading with the plural. I don't want to call it setting because that would be kind of weird. No kidding. Also, TIL ActionScript didn't die with Flash. It did not. I mean, the whole reason why I switched to JavaScript is because they replaced Flash with Canvas basically, and then Canvas was HTML and JavaScript, so that's why I switched. But I don't... Is ActionScript 3 still around? I can't imagine where it would be being used, but I guess I also wouldn't be surprised. Today I learned... Oh, yeah, I got that, but it sounded like you learned that from somewhere else, unless you were referring to what I was saying. But to me it died with Flash because Adobe Flash got renamed to Adobe Animate, and then they also introduced Canvas, and that's how I made the switch. But I actually wouldn't be surprised if they kept ActionScript 3 around. This is now an educational stream. I thought you said dream at first. I was like, I mean, I could be dreaming right now. Who knows? Okay. Do I need to make this? The relation field settings on model user is required. This is no longer valid because it's not possible to enforce this constraint on the database level. What? Why? Oh, okay. I guess we do need to do that because it says here profile is question mark. That's fine. Whatever. All right. Let's see. So we'll divide that up. So the foreign key is here. Then we want the settings here. So how do we want to do this? We'll just we'll dump everything for now, and then we'll come back, I think. So we'll call this command bring. Can I set the default out? I think that's the default. If I try to do a number, it's going to yell at me, right? Back to the string. Okay, cool. That works. Did I make the default SO? I feel like that's going to make a lot more sense. I also want to use shoutout to be more explicit. We'll do shoutout for now, and then I can change it. Then we have permission. Okay, this is where things get interesting because right now we're storing it as a JSON string. So I think I would need to do parsing, but we can manage that ourselves, I guess. How are we reading that though? Yeah. So this is the wrong index. I need clip settings. I need to go to general. Here we go. Permissions is an array. Okay, so we'll just call it permissions. Or should we just call it permission? Maybe we'll call it permission. Default. We need to JSON encode mod. Yeah, mod. A console log. JSON stringify mod. Oh, it's just that. I guess that makes sense. Okay. We'll also need to make sure that these are escaped. I just do this in this? Or is it gonna yell at me? It's gonna yell at me. It's fine. I think I should rename this permissions actually, but maybe we won't do that yet. Max clip duration. Okay, this is going to be a number. Max. Or so we just call this duration. I forget what these are all called. Max duration. I want to keep this as one-to-one as possible, to be honest. I don't know if this is going to be feasible though. Okay, and now we have other. Oh, we have object stuff, which is going to be difficult. Filter recent enabled, maybe we'll call it. Or say recent enabled. Yeah. Recent months. And then we have popular enabled, popular pop, and relevant enabled. That only needs to be Boolean. So these will be Boolean, default, false. These will all be false by default. Months will be 6 months. Or should we do 3? Let's just do 6 in the last 6 months. And popular top will be 20. So but these won't be enabled by default, so that's fine. It'll just pick it randomly from whenever. I think that's it. That's it. That's all these settings up till this. So let's save that. Then actually not as much as I thought. It's actually good. Yay. Okay, cool. In that case, let us run the next step, which is going to be to migrate. So what we want to do is Prisma migrate dev name init. I think what we'll do is we'll make this a script. You might have thought of this already. The auto shoutout raid setting should have a minimum viewers option. Yeah, definitely. We haven't got around to that bit of it yet, but I think that will be its own setting table. I'm also curious if we should. I think this will also be an option as well to enable the thing to run automatically, or as Keo suggested. So Keo is someone else in the community. He suggested that mods can just run a command and it will automatically shout out the last person who raided. So it'll they don't need to type in the name. They just do, like, I don't know, raid SO or something, and it tracks whoever the last raider was and does the shout out. So no need to type the username. And yeah, maybe that's a better option over automatically shouting the person out as soon as they raid, because I know some people have like specific raid setups or like alerts, and so it doesn't really make sense for the thing to play straight away. But it could just be an option. Can you remember what the fix was last night, this morning for you, which created the classes in Output CSS? Oh yes, so in Tailwind, you need to add the correct... do I have Tailwind on this? I don't think I do, because I'm using Chakra UI. You need to add the index HTML file to the contents config. Where is it? Here. So basically, the problem that we were encountering earlier was that it couldn't find the HTML file because it was looking inside a folder called source. If you put your HTML, your index HTML inside source, it would work, but I guess you don't want to do that because your index is going to be the root. So when you deploy the site, it's not going to be in source unless you use Webpack, but that's a whole other thing. So don't do that. Just add index HTML onto the end. Yes, yeah. What you just typed, you can do that. Or just type index HTML. But if you want to do that, then that will actually give you the other pages. So that will also work. That'll apply to all your other pages on the root. But yeah, your option is probably better, more flexible. Yes, Tailwind. Leon is the Tailwind master, or will be very soon. Alright. Do we have... Oh, I was going to add the script. Yeah, so I was actually walking Leon through this earlier about making scripts. And now I'm doing it as well. I'm going to make one called Prisma Migrate. And this is just going to let me migrate the what do you call it? The database. I also need a Prisma reset. Actually, no, I don't. Not yet. So now, if I type that, it's going to give me a thing like, hey, do this. Yarn run Prisma migrate. As you can see, it's loaded my database. It's called clipfeed because that is the working name on my website. It's loaded it looks like it's loaded the authorization successfully because it's connected. Enter name for migration is just going to be init. The green text makes it feel very hackery. Not gonna lie. Not going to lie. Oh. I don't have Prisma Client installed. Yikes. Seth, hello. How are you? Really good to see you. Hope you're well. I also need to make sure that I'm not slouching too much because I feel like I'm hiding behind my microphone a lot. Not do. I still do most of my web dev in Laravel. Nice. So Tailwind is one of my favorites. Yes, it's really good. I'm using Chakra UI, which is based on Tailwind. It makes it really nice and easy to use because I can basically just put the Tailwind utility like classes directly inside the elements or the components. So yeah. Tailwind is a great service for those who are bad at UI. Yeah, I feel that. I am terrible, so it's very useful for me. Particular. And thank you for the Quake. Hope you had a good day. I did, thank you. Yes. It got a lot better. So this week started out rough, but it's yeah. It's good. Okay, so I did the thingy with Bob in it, and now we should be in sync. So now we should be able to just install the client. So now let's do that. Exciting. Ugh, I've been waiting for this. All right. Oh, I typed in the wrong command. That was anticlimactic. Okay. We're all good. Everything's fine. Whenever you make further changes, you need to manually... Okay, so let's add a new Prisma generate. Be good. How was your day? I hope you had a good day. Prisma generate. Gonna do Prisma generate. Cool. Let's do yarn run Prisma generate. Nice. So we've created the client, and now what we can do is just add this in. So here, if we go import Prisma client from Prisma client, we can create the Prisma client. How many times can I say Prisma client in the next minute? I wonder. And we can do queries. So we should be able to now access the database and save stuff. So what should we do? Oh, you know what we should do? We should do Prisma Studio. We need to add that as a font. Oh my god, what just happened? I think I just zoomed out by accident. Prisma Studio. Prisma Studio is basically a really neat way to visualize the database as a GUI. Ta-da! So now we can actually poke through the database and see. We have the ID, the provider ID, the username, all this good stuff. And we have all the settings over here. So as we populate this, we should be able to see the rows appear. And yeah, very exciting. Okay. Let me see. I've already enabled that. Okay, so we need to store the user. Let's do that first, and then we'll see if we can create the settings. So where we are doing our next auth is basically where we need to store the database. So here, when we do the OAuth endpoint, so this is where we are looking up the user. So when we sign into Twitch, we're like, hey, we're going back to the website that we signed into. And then what our website does is it uses the access token to be like, hey, so who is this user actually? Who's just logged in? And we get the user, and then we have this information that we send back to the front end. What we can do here is actually save that information into the database. And the reason why I have done a specific custom implementation that says here, this is an advanced option, and try to avoid using the advanced option, is because the default option collects emails, and I do not want that. So I'm completely cutting out the email portion of that, doing a custom implementation. Alright, so let's do Prisma client. So yeah. Prisma client from Prisma client, and then we need the new Prisma client. Let's call it Prisma. Now we should be able to use this here. So I can go Prisma user create Actually, we don't want to create. Well, we do want to create, but we have to take into account people logging in again, because this is going to run every time someone logs in. So we actually want to do upsert. Upsert is a weird word. It basically means update or insert. And it just means that if someone logs in again, it just updates their details instead of creating a new user. Because if we try to create again, that user ID is already going to exist, right? So it doesn't make sense to do that. So we'll upsert. What we want to do, so you can see there it says arguments to update or create a user. We want to select where that we're doing that. So let me see. This would be, we select by the provider ID, because we know that this ID is always going to be the same between users that are logging in. If we did like username, someone could change their username and log back in, and then that would technically count as a new user, right? But you can't change your Twitch ID, so that is what we'd want to select. So provider ID will be data_o.id, because that is the ID of the thingy, the Twitch user. And then we want to create or update. We actually no, this would be where. Oh, okay, we do where, not select. But we do need to create. I not put this on a separate line yet. Kind of weird. Select. Oh, sorry. Create. Cyberlight, thank you so much for the sub. Let me say the thing so that it appears. That's super kind of you. You didn't have to do that. Hopefully you enjoy the emotes. Yeah. Don't feel like you have to remain subbed. I appreciate the sentiment. Let me see if I can try to remember how to do this. Okay, so we create the ID is always going to be generated. We want to set the provider ID, going to be this. So basically just this again. There we go. Okay, so it's giving me an error saying where, because provider ID is technically not unique right now. We actually do need to make that unique, which makes sense because Twitch user IDs are unique. So yeah, do that. I think I also need to now regenerate the thing. So let me do it again. Wait, what? Oh, it only knows about ID, but I haven't got the ID yet. Usually shy from spending a decent amount of time in someone's stream because of ads. Ah, gotcha. I wish I could just disable ads, to be honest. It's really annoying because I don't think I make really anything from them. They say 55%, but it's like probably 55% of pennies. I would rather just not take anything from ads, but then not have them. Yeah, that's sad. How do I do this? Actually, because ID is what I know about, but I'm not gonna know that. The filter to search for the user to update in case it exists. But oh, you know what? I think I need to actually do this separately. So let me do this instead. Let's go const user equals await Prisma user find first or is it find unique? Find first or throw maybe? Finds the first user that matches the filter or throw not found error. Okay, we don't actually want to do that. Maybe we do many ways to do this actually. I think find first. Where? Okay. So we do where provider ID equals data0.id. So this will basically try to find a user or be null if it doesn't exist, if the user doesn't exist in the database already. So if user exists, let's update the user. Otherwise, let's insert the user. So kappa insert the user. Funny. Not this. So we'll say update where ID equals user ID because the user exists, and then the data and then all of this. So let me think. How do we want to specify all of this information? I think, is this one-to-one? I don't think it is. Is this, I'm storing information like this. That's okay. We'll just do this. The ID is not going to change, but the username, display name, and profile image URL could change. So maybe I should change the provider ID just in case, but I don't think that's going to ever change. I'll put it in anyway, because why not? All of this information could change, so they could change their profile picture, in which case, if they log out and then log back in, that profile image should update again. And then, if not, then we will insert or create, sorry. And not where. This is actually going to be the same each time. So what we can do is just create a thing for that.
Oh my god, the carrots.
Ghost, hello. Or Goost. Why do I say your name wrong every time? I'm sorry. Feel well. I'm going to call this user data. And we'll say this is user data. So really, I wanted to do upsert, but I don't think I can without knowing that the user already exists. So I don't know what their unique UUID is, right? Okay, well, that's in. And then I think I can return directly inside each of these. So dated user. Created. Or should I not do that? Let me think about how I want to do this. Actually, let us just return in each one of these. Created user. Updated user. Because this should contain all of the user information anyway, so we'll be good. Wrong. Yes, I'm sorry. Don't hit me. Don't kill my duck, please. I just double checked because I thought they added a way to disable ads, but the best you can do is just control. Yeah. So I actually didn't want to enable ads manager because I thought it would maybe enable more ads than what already happening. But I ended up, well, I found out that it's actually better to enable the ads manager because at least I can control them happening at the start of stream. So I make it run an ad immediately as this when I'm still like on the starting soon screen, because then that way the ads will be disabled for at least half an hour. Yeah, it's annoying, but it at least forces me to take breaks, which is good, because then I can take a break and then run an ad, and just like fill up my tea again or get a snack. I would never. You are my favorite duck. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. I will promise to give you the best. I don't know. What do ducks do in Stardew? Do they give you anything? I know cows would give you milk, and I don't know what duck. Oh, I guess ducks lay eggs, right? I mean, chickens do that. I don't know what ducks do. What do ducks give you in Stardew Valley? Ducks lay egg ducks. Duck eggs? Why would it... What? Why does it say egg ducks? I think it's the wrong way around. The ads manager is only good if you want running ads on your own. If you're able to run ads at least once every 30 minutes, right. True. Yes. Oh, and Ghost. Sorry. Thank you so much for the resub. It's super kind of you. Didn't have to do that. I appreciate it though. Thank you. Too kind. Might also be the only way to get the 55. Yeah, I think so. It does say the 55% on the thing. So yeah. I've just toggled it so at least I have the ads manager thing so I can run them manually and snooze them still. And it's nice that they give you 3 snoozes, but it's only 5 minutes, so yeah, whatever. Egg ducks. Eggs lay ducks. That is a piece of information that I did not know. That's crazy. Anything for my duck. Aww. I love that. I'm Goose's duck. Okay, let's log in again and then we'll see if we... Let's do console log this. So console log updated user, console log created user, and then we'll see if we get that in the thing. Move this all the way over here. Yarn dev. And we log into the website. Fresh. Sign in. So I shouldn't exist, so it should say created user. It failed. Why did it fail? Oh, did I not connect to the database? Oh. Wait, I thought I already did. Duck? Context for anyone does not know. I assume Stardew Valley. Oh, yes. I've kind of forgot to share the context. Let me give you a shout out though, because Goost, see I said your name correctly, Future E Goost streams Stardew Valley, is on a bit of a Stardew Valley binge at the moment. So I don't know what clip will appear.
Absolutely not. Not okay. Not okay.
He's very lovely, and you should definitely check him out. Is this a thing for like which bean you're supposed to eat? Is this like the 30 bots every flavor bean?
We're not done yet either.
And you have to like spin the thingy? Because I feel like Didn't Meta have one of those? I don't remember. Maybe I'm thinking of a different person. But they're like 50-50 on whether it tastes good or bad. It's funny. Okay. Why did this not work? Authentication failed. Oh. Invalid invocation. Oop. And oop. Okay, I think I know why this might be actually. Let me just run migrate just in case. Because or is it going to be the same? The migrate works successfully though, so I don't understand why this wouldn't. Oh. Yes. Now we run yarn dev again. Come on, you know you want to work. Bruh. Doesn't like the credential authentication. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do. I am going to switch to the full cam screen. You can see my ugly face. And then I am going to log into my server and then change the password because I think it might be an invalid character inside the password, which is kind of annoying. But that's okay because I can change it and then I will change it on the ENV and there. Try that again, your warface. Listen, it's called self-deprecating humor, okay? I mean, I don't mean it, but I don't not mean it. How do I even change? Oh, hold on. Yeah, okay. I'm just making sure that you can't see my screen. Good. Let's just do this. Password. Apply. And now let me go to my ENV and update the password. Close that. And but again. That. Please work. Oh my god, it worked. It was the password. See, once you encounter a problem one time, you're like, I've seen this before. Let me just make sure that I don't have anything sensitive open. I think I do. Okay. Switch back. What is that folder named Meta Nudes? Listen. I was working on an experimental batch of Photoshops, okay? And Meta's just is on the chopping block. Desktop. Would you look at that? It says created user and we created the user. Isn't that lovely? Limmy, hello. Oh my god, it's good to see you. How are you doing? How are you? Me, I am sensitive. I mean, in what area? That was a failed innuendo attempt, I'm sorry. Doing well. How are you? I'm doing great, thank you. Yeah, it's been a bit of a interesting, rough-ish start to the week. A bit shaky, but over the course the last like day or two, things have improved. So, yeah, we're all good. I hope things are good for you. Let me give you a shout out. Timmy is a very awesome streamer who loves to preach positivity, and yeah, one of the very early Triggerfire supporters also. So I definitely appreciate that.
Mom, get me. I'm scared.
Oh my god, it's the banana.
Baby, leave me.
The
It's
banana
baby,
guy. I
leave me.
love the banana guy.
Baby, leave me. You're too creepy. You look like 7. Okay, but leave me is fresh.
Thanks for the shout out. No worries, of course.
Distortion in the background. I know, right?
Was that Triggerfire I saw? Wouldn't that be crazy? I mean, I don't know if it is, so it might not be, but I just, who knows? Okay, let me see. So we should have the data in the user in our database. Let's go run yarn Prisma Studio. If I go back to Prisma Studio, look at that. A user appeared in our database. It's the Firewire who has a username of the Firewire and a display name of the Firewire. And this is my UUID, and this is my provider ID from Twitch, and this is my profile picture, and this is when I joined, and this is when I got updated. And yeah, yay, it works. Look at that. That's great. That's lovely. I forgot about that clip. Triggerfire is integral to my stream. Oh, you're too kind. That's so awesome of you. Thank you. Just anyone who takes the time to even look at my stuff is very cool. Much appreciated. I am very glad that this works. Okay, so what should happen now is if I log out and then log back in, the updated date should change, but the created date should stay the same. Can we double check that? Right. I think it automatically logged me out because I'm in dev mode. If I log in, it should say updated user. Yep, says updated user. And then if I refresh, look at that. Our created date stayed the same. Our updated date changed because I just logged in again. Nice, works. Excellent. Okay, well, we kind of have our database already. We need to add our settings settings table thingy. So our settings are being stored in a separate table. We need to add settings actually. So how do we want to do that? I wonder, I guess when you create a user, you can actually we could create, let me try this actually. Once created user will await Prisma. Oh, I can't. Oh, okay. So we have to create the user and then we'll create settings afterwards. So we do created settings. Await.prisma settings dot create. And this is where we would do data. The user ID would be the created user that we just made, right? So .id. And then what we want to do is add all these other options. We actually, they should already actually all have default options, right? They already have all default. So we could just leave it at that and we just initialize it with the default options. I think that would actually be ideal. So let's try that. I don't even need to return anything there. I can just await, create the default settings. So I need to delete my user and log in again. So let's delete me. And log in again, and then we'll see if we have our settings created. We have our user, that's me again, and our settings is lit up, which means if we go over to our settings, hey, look at that. We have a settings associated with our user ID. There, user ID. It's related to this user, me. And we have our stuff. No, what to say. The shoutout command, the permissions is mod, max duration is 60, and this is enabled false, all that good stuff. Nice. So we have that added. That's really cool, actually. Happy about that. We don't actually need the else anymore, because if user already exists, we can just do that in that branch and then it will return the updated user. So we can do this here, and then this will return the created user. That's just way to save on the else. This is the user data that we just did. That. Excellent. Okay. In that case, I think we're good on the database front. This is the same. Yeah. All right, nice. It's so exciting. We have the database. I'm so glad that we got that set up today. I was wondering how much we'd get done today, and we actually got the database set up. We do actually no, that's already covered all of our options as well. Okay. Revisit data structure. I don't think we actually really need to do. I'm gonna put a question mark next to that. But create database is done. I'm not going to put a question mark next to it just yet, because I feel like there's something missing, but I'm not 100% sure what that is yet. But next, maybe I'll take that after we go through the backend endpoints. We'll do that next stream. So basically what I need to do next stream is create the actual endpoints for our database and front end to interact with each other, so that when I click save on this form, it'll make a call to the backend and then save that data to the database, or update it, I guess. And then yeah, basically connecting the front end and back end. And yeah, that should be super exciting. I'm very much looking forward to that, because it'll mean that we have stuff connected together. All right, let me see. Read out to. Bruh. Hey, you know what? We'll go say hello to Meta. He's not, I feel like I haven't raided him recently. Cool. Okay. Yeah. So basically, we have just a final recap before we end stream. We got the database working. Look at that. When we log in, we have the user, There's my unique ID. That's the internal ID. We have the provider ID, which is from Twitch. We have the username, display name, our profile picture. And we have also the settings. So these are automatically generated. This is associated to me. So these settings are mine. I have the shoutout command, the missions, the duration, all of this stuff that's used on the front end. And then basically what we'll do next stream, or whenever I'm streaming this next, is that we just need to return this information to the front end and then also save it to the database again, update it next time. So yeah, we'll basically work on the endpoints. And yes, very exciting, very exciting. So, oh, I don't know what just happened. Oh wait, that was a separate tab. Right. Yeah, so if I delete my... Wait, if I delete this, will it delete the settings as well? Is it set to cascade? Oh, it's not. Okay, wait. I think we need to fix this real quick. When we delete a user, we should also delete settings associated with it, because now there's no thing. Actually, you know what? Let's make a note to do that next stream. We need to cascade delete. I think that's just an option that we need to set on the schema. Cascade delete settings on when deleting user. So that basically just means delete the associated settings for that user. And we'll do that. Yeah. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna raid out to Meta. He's playing Dead by Daylight. He's a big supporter of the channel, and so yeah, if you have like a minute or two, go say hello to him. I'm sure he would appreciate it. And but otherwise, yeah, I'll see you probably this weekend. Probably Saturday, I think, when I'll be next. Cyberlight Dev, Limmy, Goost, you're still watching. I will catch you all next time. Let me start the raid. I also need to actually make an ending screen because I always forget that I don't have a thing. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And thank you again for the sub. That was super kind of you. Yeah, I'll catch you all next time. All right, take care and peace out.